Spartans. Sparta. So Sparta, remember, Sparta is a war society, a militaristic society that is intent on maintaining control over its slaves, okay, the helots. And the helots outnumber the Spartans 10 to 1. So these Spartans need to be really cohesive as a society. They need to fight and die for each other. So their education system is like this. At 5 or 6, the Spartan child is taken away from the parents, okay? And this obviously creates fear and anxiety. All right? Also, what happens is the child is in school beaten up by the older kids. And this creates trauma, all right? Another word we use for this is intergenerational trauma, because the Spartans do this to every child, intergenerational trauma. All right, so the kid at this point is unsafe, insecure. His mind is really screwed up. And then when he's most vulnerable, maybe when he's 11 or 12, what happens now is he's paired with an older man who's like 29 or 30. Okay, an older man. And this older man, they become lovers. Basically what happens is the man first, of course, commits, sexual abuse. But again, because the child is traumatized, because the child has no bearings, no reality, doesn't believe anyone in this world loves him, even though the man is being abusive to him, he falls in love with the man. And as a result, the boy will do anything that the man orders him to do, okay? So what happens is this man becomes his general, and he becomes a soldier or an officer. And that's why the Spartans are so fearless, okay? Because the soldiers are completely loyal to the generals because they were once lovers. The soldier feels as though this general, who I must obey, he saved my life when I most needed it, when my parents abandoned me, when I was being beat up every day, when I felt complete insecurity, when I was traumatized. He came and he gave me a home, and therefore I must die for him. Okay? And guys, look, listen, this sounds weird, but if you go study inner city gangs in America or anywhere in the world, okay, these drug cartels in Mexico, they use the same principles as the Spartans. Okay, these young boys, 13, 14, they have no father. So put in a gang, they're abused, and then the gang leader treats them well. They might have some, sex. And then these boys are completely loyal to their gang leaders. Same thing if you go to these child armies in Africa. Okay, very basic principle that every human understands. If you abuse a child and then be nice to that child is obedient to you forever. This is how secret societies behave, okay? One last example. Okay, so in history, there was a very famous secret society called the Assassins. You may have played the video game Assassin's Creed, okay? Why are they called assassins? Because of the word hashish. Hashish is a drug like marijuana, right? It's a hallucinogen. Okay? So the way these societies would work is, if you're a new member, I would make you have hashes, okay? Hashes. And your mind would become blurry. You feel as though you're in a dream. And then what would happen is I put you in a room, and you're basically like drunk, okay? And then these young men would come and pleasure you. And then you would wake up in your home, and you would think this was a dream, okay? And your master would tell you, this is what paradise is like. All right? This is what heaven is like. If you do what I tell you, I guarantee you, you will go to heaven where 10,000 virgins will pleasure you for all of eternity. Okay? And this turns these assassins into the most dedicated killers. Again, I keep on saying this. It's really hard to convince someone to go kill another person. But these assassins are willing to do whatever it takes in order to enter paradise. Okay? So, guys, this combination, sex plus trauma plus hallucinogens or hallucinogens, psychedelics, okay? These three things, psychedelics, drugs, sex plus trauma, they create the perfect slaves, okay? Slaves. Because now what you can do is you can take these slaves and then have them infiltrate other secret societies. They become the perfect spies because they are forever loyal to you, okay? They're completely emotionally dependent on you, and they will do what it takes in order to please you. But you have to like train them from an early age, okay? And this is how these secret societies, they fight each other. They recruit an army of young kids. They traumatize, brutalize these kids to train them to be spies, to be killers, and then they will unleash these kids on other secret societies and their enemies as well, like the assassins did, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, you have a question?
So, like, for the woman, like, her families are being killed, like, won't she remember, like, who has killed all her families, but just have relied on that murder because he's
Yeah, I understand the question. Okay, it's a good question. Okay, the answer is this: in psychology, what you learn is that when you're traumatized, what happens to you? What happens to you? You're not there. The word is dissociation. Okay, you're not there. You don't remember anything because your mind would explode, or your system would collapse if you actually remember in detail what happened. So your mind disassociates. You're not there. You don't remember anything. Okay? That's why trauma is so effective. Because not only do you become obedient and dependent on the person traumatizing you, but at the same time, you actually don't remember this association. Okay? So the person who really controls you, you forget. Your handler, okay? Your handler is someone that is at the back of your mind. But even if you don't know that person, what happens if that person comes before you and tells you what to do, you obey. Okay? It's almost as though the handler has programmed you, and only he knows the password. So this is what we call programming. And this is what they did with MK Ultra. Okay? MK Ultra, MK Monarch. Okay? But it's a very common thing. We've been doing this for thousands of years in every single society because it works and it's easy and it's effective. Okay? Right? Does that make sense?